Hello, everyone, and welcome to our grand finals, finally, for the 2020 High School League Series. I'm Andrew Blanchard, brought to you today with our assistant esports manager, Joel Graves. Joel, how are you doing today?
Great. It's led up to this. Had a very long, little bit of a bumpy road, but we finally made it.
Yeah, it sure has. It's been a wild ride with just all of the quarantine stuff that went on, the teams fighting it out, how amazing our bracket is shaped up, how our two teams, East Kentwood Black and Birmingham Legacy, have gotten here today. It is such a great story, and we're finally able to bring you the conclusion to our whole series. So I'm hoping these games are going to shape up to be some incredible competition.
Yeah, I'm excited. So we've got, what teams do we have, Andrew?
Yeah, so we have East Kentwood Black, one of our new teams coming out of East Kentwood High School on the west side of the state of Michigan. This is one of two sister teams that came out of the same high school. East Kentwood Red has been competing with us as the same team for the last 3 years. This time they brought themselves a new competitor with a bunch of brand new faces in their sister team, East Kentwood Black. They're our number 3 seed going into our tournament this whole season. And then we have Birmingham Legacy. This is a team that's competing with us for all 4 years that we've been running this tournament, with their captain, Chaz Strecker. Mr. Nefarious, he has been a staple in our competition every year that we have held it. He's been competing for Birmingham, and he has placed in the top 4 almost every year that he's competed here. And finally, he finds himself back in the finals. He missed it last year, but he's here today to compete, hoping to finally secure his first ever title with us.
Yeah. Well, both teams have definitely been here for a very long time. They've been here for many years, so I'm excited to see the experiences both teams have picked up going into this final.
Yeah, I'm hoping these teams bring us some great competition. It looks like we're just about to get ready into Champion Select, so let's go ahead and see how these teams are drafting.
Yeah, let's get started. We have East Kentwood on blue side and Birmingham Legacy on red.
Yeah, so Birmingham Legacy has had an incredible experience getting here. They dropped their first game of the playoffs and then ended up progressing all the way through the losers bracket here. So they have dropped only 2 games since going into the losers bracket. One of those being just recently in our losers grand finals, and then as well their game against Troy Loyalty. And so this team has really done some incredible work to get here, just beating every team they could come across to finally make it to our grand finals. So it looks like we've got a Vlad and Vane ban here on East Kentwood Black, and Senna Yumi being banned out on Birmingham Legacy. Now, East Kentwood Black plays a very, very signature style. They love their 1-3-1s. Their solo laners, Toon World and Migoy, have been incredible carries for this team throughout our entire season. On the flip side, Birmingham Legacy loves to play just a solid bash your face in wombo combo 5v5. Mr. Nefarious is a staple ADC, playing beautifully front to back, knows how to get in, knows how to position, knows how to draw aggro, and just make sure that he's constantly dealing out the deep, while KR, Young Kaiser, and Bruzza take this initiation hard engage frontline champions like we see here. Just perfect example champions to illustrate these two teams, right? We've got Gnosis, loves to be in the side lane. Orn loves to team fight.
As we can see, there's 2 bot lane bans. We have Senna Yumi. So it's really interesting to see that bans are all over the place. I'm really interested, as you said, Mr. Farius has played a very clean game in our playoff series. So I'm just wondering, what is he going to pull out here in game 1?
Yeah, and it's the Senna Yumi bans, I'm pretty sure are being focused at this let's support the solo lanes style that East Kentwood Black likes to pull out. Notably, that Fiora band, they had a disgusting game against their sister team, East Kentwood Red, in the winners semifinal, where their Fiora Yumi combo absolutely popped off. And so we can see that respect band going their way. East Kentwood Black rounding out their first round of picks with a Silas for Migoi and an Ezreal for Small Indie Company. Whereas on the side of Birmingham Legacy, pulling out the 200 years of experience and Thresh.
Yeah, we can see teams have definitely done their research, and like you said, we can already see a split push, not a really hard team fighting comp for the side of Eastwood with the Ezreal and Silas. They do definitely have a bit of team fighting potential, but it is really nothing compared to the front line of Orin Thresh. And with that back line, 200 years of Philios, it's going to be very hard for them to, if a team fight does break out, for them to win it. So they're definitely going to have to utilize their team comp, and if they're going to go for the split push victory, they're really going to have to get a early advantage, because Nasus is going to really take some time to scale into late game, and a late game of Philios is just going to be there to match.
We see East Kentwood Black dropping that Cassidy ban. They don't want to give any more late game advantages over to the side of Birmingham Legacy, especially when they're looking to scale themselves into that 1-3-1 comp. Cassidy great at answering the side lanes, ton of roaming potential once he hits 6. So notably taking that off of Bruzza's pool for this game. They really look to be targeting Bruzza with this champion pick and ban. Mr. Nefarious is Vayne, great champion. Understand the ban there. Vladimir, Yasuo, Cassidy, all of those are staple Bruzza champions. He has had some carry performances on all of these. Whereas on the side of Birmingham Legacy, we see them continue to target that support pool, wanting to limit whatever option that East Kentwood Black can take here to support their 1-3-1 style. Easy wave clears in the mid lane, constant heal botting, just ways that they can, negate a 5v5, try to engage you, advantage that Birmingham Legacy is trying to build up here. We see a Jarvan locked in, and it's more of the same, right? Ornn, Jarvan, Wombo combo, let's jump, let's all. We could see some explosive team fights out of this.
Yeah. What I really expect for this last pick to be, I've seen Bruzza on his Ahri. His Ahri is very, very clean. So I expect that this last pick for their team to be the Ahri mid.
Yeah, they're saving that last pick for Bruzza, hoping to get him the counter pick, but we got the Lucian. So I'm curious to see where this is going and how this is going to shape up. We're looking at probably either a Nasus jungle or a Silas jungle, probably, with Lucian or Ezreal taking up a solo lane position, most likely Lucian, looking to get some real advantages early. And we'll have to see if Birmingham Legacy accounted for these flex picks. I didn't personally when I was looking at them. So it'll be interesting to see how Birmingham Legacy takes these flex picks and drafts their lanes around it. Bruzza locking into Twisted Fate, just looking to get that advantage, that roaming advantage. He can easily just go ahead, TP in on the bot lane, on the top lane, on the jungle, wherever his team is making those plays, as we're sure they're going to be making when they get their ultimates.
It's very interesting to see the full East Kentwood comp. Their team is very squishy, and a Twisted Fate and a Philos can easily shred past all that. And with their front line, it's going to be incredibly hard. Like I said, they're going to have to really utilize their split pushing to win this game. They're not going to win a straight up 5v5.
Yeah, and especially, I think that last pick, Twisted Fate, like you said, he could have picked the Ahri here. He could have picked any number of other assassins that he keeps in his back pocket. But he took the Twisted Fate because right now, the name of the game is answering the side lanes. And nobody does that better than Twisted Fate, able to port in with his TP anytime he needs to join his team and just absolutely bursting these squishy champions. And he's going to be able, with the element of surprise, be able to pretty much take any of these people. So now that we've got Champion Select wrapped up, I'm going to send you guys over to hear a word from our sponsors, and we'll join you in just a little bit.
I admit it. I love working with money, negotiating, and making big decisions. That's why I'm majoring in finance and economics at Lawrence Tech. What's truly amazing about the education here is the small class sizes that give me easy access to my professors who truly care about my future. They even helped me get a great internship. And I was able to fulfill my lifelong dream of playing college golf. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.
How you doing? My name is First Class Adams.
Hey, what's up, Detroit? I'm Staff Sergeant Stevens. If you're within the age of 17 to 34, if you look for a job without any experience, we can teach you everything you need to know. Come be a part of the team.
And where you can locate us at is on goarmy.com/Michigan.
And our phone number is 586-774-0218 or 517-214-8542.
Go Army.
All right, and we're back, getting ready, loading onto Summoner's Rift for Game 1 of East Kentwood Black and Birmingham Legacy. East Kentwood Black hasn't dropped a single series this whole tournament, finding their way into the grand finals. Birmingham Legacy notably dropping their first series against Dakota and then making their way all the way through losers bracket, beating every team they came across to find their way back into the grand finals for the first time in 2 years. Mr. Nefarious, on his 4th year competing with us, looking to take home his first full title as the champions of the high school league series. We got our teams fanning out here. Classic, just fan out, watch the entrances. Probably not going to see too many shenanigans. East Kentwood Red notably went for a ton of level 1 shenanigans, moving in, getting deep vision, looking for early fights. East Kentwood Black not really doing the same thing. They need to be scaling. They need to make sure their solo laners are getting every advantage. Don't want to throw away any of that in the early game here.
Yeah. Well, so let's do a quick breakdown of the. How do you predict the early game for each lane going? I think it's gonna be a farm game early. I don't think we're gonna see too much action, but I do think that the first gank is going to sway the momentum for whatever team does gank first.
Yeah, so like you said, farm game is what Gnosis is going to want to achieve here in the top lane. That's where I assume we're probably going to see Birmingham Legacy want to attack. I think Birmingham Legacy knows that TF is going to fall behind in the mid lane. Lucian is a very aggressive champion, and TF doesn't have, outside of his gold card, a lot of answers to Lucian just EQing forward. The poke's going to land. He's going to get taken down a little bit, but that's not what Brother wants to do in this lane. Anyway, he wants to hit 6, he wants to get out, and he wants to start roaming to the side lanes. Where are they going to hit? They're going to hit the top lane, they're going to hit the Stasis, and they're going to look to take it down. And as I say that, we see Young Kaiser looking to set up a potential level 2 gank onto them, and Migoi burning the early flash. Brother still got the gold card off. Red burn down. Migoi looks to be going down here for a first blood for Birmingham Legacy, but Shingo Bowl comes in. First blood still goes over to Young Kaiser. And are they going to get the early double kill for Young Kaiser? And it looks like this name is going to absolutely blow me for the rest of the game. Shigo Boy. We're just going to call him Shigo for the rest of the series here. But Shigo coming in, answering the level 2 gank. Jarvan known for his easy level 2 gank power. All he needs is an EQ to set up easy gank pressures onto his solo laners. Landing the gold card from Bruzza. They were able to get a ton of damage down. Young Kaiser with the red buff burn and slow, easily able to pick up that first blood.
Oh yeah, and that's what you love to see on the side of Birmingham Legacy. They are the harder scaling late game team, and burning both Lucian and the jungler's flash, that is amazing. Not to mention, Migoi had to burn his teleport to get back into the lane. The gank was so early that's a free, easy regank on the side of Birmingham Legacy. So we want to see their jungler just spam ganking for the next 5 minutes.
Yeah, it looks like Migoi is doing a good job of continuing to pressure Bruzza though. Like you said, because the gank was so early, his death time was only 3 or 4 seconds. So he died while that fight was still going on, when they were fighting Shigo, and he was able to just TP back onto the lane and immediately start pressuring Bruzza again. Bruzza was taken low by the Lucian fight back while they were doing their 2v1, and so has been able to pressure him up, and we see a huge CS advantage growing as Migoi and Shigo go in on Young Kaiser. EQ over the wall, he's going to get away, doesn't have flash, Migoi goes in, gets stunned, no more damage going out here, so that will be the end of that game. But Shigo and Migoi getting some good looks on Young Kaiser as he's trying to take a greedy path through the jungle. But yeah, so with being able to pressure him, we see a 26-9 CS advantage at 4 minutes. Bruzza has not had any access to this wave at all. He's been absolutely kept down by Migoi, who, despite that early death, is still going to find himself very healthy in this lane.
Oh yeah, I was just going to mention that even though you got the early pressure from your jungler, Lucian in any solo lane, any lane at all, really, his aggressiveness, if he gets on top of you, early press the attack and his passive are just going to, it's such a lane bully. We've seen it come really into light towards the beginning of this season and a little bit towards last season. Solo lane Lucian, we haven't seen it that much in the meta recently over here in North America, but over there in Korea, it is still very potent.
Yeah, and showing off kind of just how much of an advantage he's hoping to gain here. As we see some pressure being formed on the top, Nafiko, a nice flay. Going for the hook, gets polymorph, not going to get too much more. Mr. Ferris just poking out some damage as they try to walk away. But, Bruzza's looking, he's going to fall down in this lane. He knows that going into this isn't a lane that TF just wins, right? It's not a free lane by any means. No lane ever is with Lucian. But if Bruzza can at least stabilize and hope to scale into that level 6, he's looking to use that first ult for a huge impact. If he can send that ult and get 2 kills in the bot lane or pull up a bunch of kills on the top lane, then he's still going to be looking solid, even though he is falling behind here.
And especially with his team has 2 teleports. His ultimate is essentially another teleport. With Lucian having his teleport down now, once he hits 6, that's just a free roam. I'm going to go help out my jungler do dragon, or I'm going to go help my jungler do this. And that TF ultimate, it's almost like a Shin ult. The enemy team just has that pressure. Okay, if we take this fight here in this lane or at this point, is the TF going to pour on us? And then is it going to turn from a 2v2 to a 2v3 or 2v4? You just don't know. And that's so much versatility from the Twisted ult.
Yeah. We see here in the bot lane much of the same that's going on in the mid lane being exacerbated in the bot lane as well. Where Mr. Nefarian, we see some pressure going, Migoi going in, just going to get stunned. Going to walk away there from Bruzza. Not going to take too much more damage. But Mr. Nefarious on this Aphelios is doing a really good job with the help of Zafiki on his signature Thresh. Doing a great job of just keeping Bad Indie Company and Sleepy Bun down in this lane. They haven't been able to just walk up and out of the lane. Sleepy Bun having to burn all of his mana, and Zafiko going in on the hook, gets a nice play. Going in for Mr. Nefarious, gonna burn the heal, gonna burn the ignite. The next First Blood going over to Zafiko. Nice dodge on the stun there from Shigo. But going back in, Mr. Nefarious is getting dangerously low. No flash, no heal. Good play from Zafiko. TP coming down. There's the ult from Bruzza. KR gonna miss that initial stun. Gonna just fish with his ult. Not able to find Shigo in the bush. So just really good teamwork there. Calling in the support, making sure that Nefarious isn't going down. Not going to throw back any advantages that they would have otherwise had. But that is two crucial map plays that they no longer have. Shigo looking to go in here with Migoi. Go and get a huge burst down on KR. KR, nice exhaust from Bruzza, keeping Migoi down. KR is going to be able to walk this one out. But that was very, very good on Shigo looking for that pick, knowing that KR was most likely going to just be walking back to lane, as he needs to answer that Gnosis push as soon as possible. You cannot let Gnosis just free farm in this lane.
Yeah, and that, like I said, that was a beautiful play from Birmingham Legacy. The Twisted Fate teleport was down, but he did have his ultimate, so out of nowhere, it went from a 2v2 to a 2v4, and there was no way for East Kentwood to come back from that play. So, beautiful play on Birmingham Legacy side, and also a really good pickup, burning the flash and delaying the back of Birmingham.
Now, I do want to shout out Zafiko there. Had some really clutch plays and hooks there. One setting up the initial play with the flay onto Sleepy Bun and Small Indie Company, followed up by the immediate hook. And then as well, catching Shigo out of his E-dash, flaying him from that so he can't get any more on top of Mr. Nefarious. Able to land the hook right after that. Doing a really good job of just what Thresh wants to do in this lane. Supporting his ADC in every way possible.
Oh yeah. And we can see Jarvan is building some AD, so this is not going to be a tank Jarvan. So, like, I really enjoy team cons that revolve around team fighting. And there's going to be, it's definitely going to be some bloody team fights. And we can see that Birmingham Legacy is going to have a free dragon. And we can see that some CS discrepancies have occurred, especially in mid lane.
Yeah. The mid lane farm here just really, really growing into the same level, but it immediately answered there in the bot lane, right? So the Aphelios Ezreal matchup, Aphelios is way ahead of him. Ezreal already behind in the nature of just needing to scale. Tyr's not a combat summoner or combat item. Doesn't offer him any combat stats other than being able to throw out his Q maybe a couple more times in lane. While on the other side, Mr. Nefarious already has BF Pickaxe. Some huge AD coming out. Those fights are going to be nowhere even close to relevant. And it's the same thing in mid lane. We have BF Caulfield's Warhammer on Lucian. Tons of AD and cooldown reduction. To Corrupting Pot, HP and mana. That's built up on Twisted Fate. Most likely going for the Catalyst so that he can survive some of these TPs. If he does take a port that maybe isn't optimal, he can still survive a little bit with the Rod of Ages, giving him some innate tankiness. But that's just a ton of scaling. Migo's going to have a field day in this lane as he's able to just aggressively poke out. As we see another gank coming down, Shigo dashing in, able to get the stun on Mr. Nefarious, tries to get the flay away, not able to do it, box him down, doesn't do anything. Shigo picking up the double kill here on the bot lane. They were ahead, they got it greedy, they didn't see the gank coming, and Shigo definitely capitalizing. Great gank out of him.
Yeah. And this would have been a perfect time for Young Kaiser to be topside and pick up that Herald. When you lose out on a play on the opposite side of the map, you should really look to pick up objectives. If you're getting ganked on your bot lane, gank top or get an objective on the side. So really losing out on some pressure there, as there was a successful gank by Black.
Yeah, and it was perfectly timed too. Bruzza had just gotten pushed in by Migoi. He wasn't able to roam or answer with his TP, with his ulti. KR's TP was down as well. So there was no way for Birmingham Legacy to answer this play, and they were just caught unaware. Like you said, Young Kaiser could have moved up to the Rift Herald, but he was on the bot side of the map farming when that play started. He would have had to have walked all the way through to the top side of the map just to maybe get some kind of to trade off. I don't think they saw that game coming at all. And that's just a little bit of complacency coming out of that lane because Mr. Nefarious is so far ahead in farm, thinking that they can just run away with it. It's going to be really on them to make sure that they don't fall victim to that throughout the rest of this laning phase. Because if Shigo can get more advantages on this Silas, he's going to be able to take those to the side lane and start pressuring this TF and Ornn, making sure Gnosis and Lucian get really far ahead as we see Migo just absolutely dropping Bruzza in a beautiful 1v1. Full 100-0 combo there as a hook comes in from Zafika and it's not going to do anywhere near what Migo just pulled off in the mid lane.
Yeah, Lucian is very scary. Like he already has a completed item at 12 minutes and he is absolutely running away with it.
And we see some really good, just solid Ornn mechanics coming out of KR to dodge what was a stolen Ornn ult from Shigo. Drops the Ornn ult. KR still had the Bellows Breath ready to go. Drops it down, able to negate that that knockup with the disable coming in, or the unstoppable effect that's granted him by the Bellows Breath. As we see Bruzza ulting in here on Migo. Flash EQ, ult from Young Kaiser. Migo has to flash away to get out. Red burn slow. No stun card ready for Bruzza.
Oh
and
my
Migo
God.
turns it around with a 1 kill onto Young Kaiser. We'll have to see if he gets another, but no. Bruzza's able to pick him up. Gets the red buff onto himself. Able to get that play. But great job out of Migo. Able to burn many summoners off of them. Bruzza didn't have the flash there, but has to burn the TP. Young Kaiser has to burn the flash and the ult. Both of them ults down. And Migo is able to get a kill out of that 1v2 situation. Good job on him, knowing the limits of his champion.
Oh yeah. So Jarvan, I've been noticing his pathing. He's paid a lot of attention to mid lane and a little bit to bot lane. I don't think he's put much thought into even considering going on the top side of the map. Every time he clears his jungle or right before he backs, he always backs near mid. And he's always looking to put off pressure in the mid and bot side. So we can really see they want top lane to just be the mountain that it is and not worry about that. And also, besides the attempt gank on on EK Black, both teams have opted not to really pay much attention to top and really look for plays on the bottom half of the map.
Yeah, or Gnosis, this is a very just tank matchup, right? As we see an ult going in on Migo, answering it immediately with another gank. Great dodge out on the EQ. No ult coming down from Young Kaiser because he had to burn that in the earlier fight. KR missed his ult. E flash from KR going in. Migo is going to get knocked up, burned down, and taken down with all 5 members of Birmingham Legacy coming up to make it active on that play. Good job on them to find the look on the Migo. Really getting punished here on the Lucian as he's constantly being pushed up. And they're going to be able to transfer this over to another dragon here, picking up a Cloud Drake. All they can do is hope for a steal. Not going to be able to pull it off. Drake secured for Birmingham Legacy.
Something that's very interesting is bot lane turret is very low for Birmingham Legacy. I think it's maybe like 1 or 2, possibly 4 auto attacks away, but Nasus, someone who usually gets lane bullied, I think Ornn usually wins the early matchup on that, but he was the person who got the first tower, and like I said, like look at this Ornn damage. I'm pretty surprised to see that Nasus has been like left alone to this point that he already has a Triforce and got first turret on his own. So Nasus is going to be a very scary player for Birmingham Legacy to watch out.
Yeah, Migo, Shigo coming in, taking out the blue, but it looks like they were spotted coming in. We'll have to see if they're able to wiggle their way out of this situation. Able to just kind of walk it out. Mr. Fair is walking into a bad situation. He does not want to be there. Flash is burned. He's going to go down. Shigo picking up his 3rd kill of the game. Stun goes in. Double kill for Shigo. 4 kills now on the Silas. As just EK Black really finding a lot of great picks here. Mr. Nefarious had a very odd pathing. He moved away from his support and away from his mid laner as they went completely different direction. That is a very uncharacteristic play out of this very seasoned player.
Yeah, it was very interesting to see that 2 or 3 players on his team went to the blue buff side, but he opted to go further in the river and go around, and he was just caught out there. I thought he was going to live for a second, but the lifesteal was not enough, and just look at how aggressive Mikoy is playing. He knows, I am very fed at this point. Do not want to mess with me, and he is completely alone. No one else is near him, so he's definitely been playing very greedy, but it has somewhat paid off as he's 2-3 and his jungler is 4-0. So this Silas is going to be very scary and possibly can see some really big damage coming on to assassinate Mr. Nefarious. So he's going to have to be careful as we see a 50 CS different in the bot lane.
Yeah, great job on Mr. Nefarious to still keep that Aphelios advantage. They're going to need that at this point. This Nasus, like you said, is getting very farmed up. Normally you see Nasus falling down and farm to the top laner. He's usually played a ton of advantage. Mikoy going in here, going to drop the ult on Mr. Nefarious. The Eagles are going to tank up some of that damage. Goes for the hook, doesn't get it. E4 from Mikoy, another kill going the way of Lucian as brother comes in, trying to look for something. Gonna have to flash if he wants to land the gold card, but with the TP coming in, he's gonna drop this play. Ult comes down, that was a huge burst damage from there, but Toon World going in, getting the damage off on Mr. Nefarious and just absolutely dropping him, but it looks like he might drop himself to the EQ of Young Kaiser, able to take that up. Just going a little bit too deep as KR looks for the play. Ult coming in from Bruzza, gonna have to get a flash out from Sleepy Bun just to get away from that.
That was a very interesting play. I think overall both teams won out pretty evenly, but that play from Mikoy, he was not backing down, going in and out, weaving, and that was a very interesting play. I know Lucian does have to be played pretty front and up there, but it almost looked like he was ready to die before his teammates had even arrived, but I mean, he's pretty fed enough to do it.
We can see the power that these two champions have right now. Lucian and Nasus both pretty much 1v4, right? Mikoy getting that early kill and Toon World coming in and getting another. But they did it separately. They didn't work together. They weren't there at the same time. They didn't have anybody taking the turret, as there really isn't a tank on this team. Nasus just now building a Bramble Vest. He has no tank items. Silas going full damage. He has no tank items. Mikoy going in again with another EQ. Zafiku's hook going just to the side. But Mikoy's able to do this. He's got the Lulu backing him up. He's so many levels. He's 2 levels up on Mr. Nefarious, who's playing against him in this lane. And he's just able to constantly pressure it. Toon World, if he moves into the mid lane, he's going to be able to do the exact same thing. They just need to find the way to either work together or move these advantages in the side lane and start splitting Birmingham Legacy apart. Birmingham Legacy needs to be playing together to answer these plays. If they get pulled apart in this game and they let Toon World and Mikoy pull them out to the side lane where they can't fight in advantages, they're just going to lose. Every single champion right now is going to lose to Lucian in the 1v1. Every single champion is going to lose to this Nasus in a 1v1. There is no way that Birmingham Legacy can answer these two champions in a solo aspect.
Yeah. So we can see that Nas is blowing his teleport early. He's not going to have it up for the Dragon. I'm really interested to see. It looks like Birmingham Legacy is just going to give it up. But
Kaiser going in, ult down on Mikoy with that full damage that he has, dealing a ton. Mikoy going to have to go forward to try to get something as brother gets the ult in behind it. But Young Kaiser is able to just turn it around, pick up that kill. But that is a good look on East Kentwood Black being able to make the play onto the Drake. And you got to wonder, when is Mikoy going to join up with this team? He's been making these plays solo a number of times now. Eating forward, going under the tower, looking for plays in the jungle, and he keeps doing them by himself. No backup. His team was on Drake. They could have pulled out. He didn't need to go all the way in. As we see another fight breaking out, Shigo going over the wall, getting knocked up by KR, but it's Sleepy Bun already knocked out. KR going in, not going to be able to find the flay, or Zafiko finding the flay. Knock up, shut down. Huge shutdown over to Mr. Nefarious. It's going to be a lot of gold for him. 400 bonus gold on top of that kill.
Yeah. So, looking at it, even though Mikoy looks like he is this strong, he is, but giving over the kills to these necessary players, 1-for-1, at this point, like even earlier, isn't worth it. You want to make the smart play. You want to get the kills and not die. You do not win the super late game team comps Ornn is already starting to get his forged items, and when you get that Infinity Edge and that Death Cap upgraded, it's going to be nothing that you can do. It's just going to be a raw loss with this scaling. So they would need to make smart consecutive plays instead of going 1-for-1. But they are, like you said, in camps, so like using their team comp. Okay, Nasus is staying top and TPing when necessary. Let's not overall get a 5v5 team fight out, but win through split. This Nasus has almost 200 farm, and it's going to start being like no one being able to 1v1 him. So it's going to be quite scary if they keep it up this way. But Birmingham Legacy, a Jarvan 4-1 in the jungle, a 2-1 Twisted Fate, and a Aphelios who is decently farmed and has 2.5 items.
Yeah, and we're looking at exactly what you pointed out in Champions Select, right? We have no tank and a full damage Jarvan. This is possibly a pivot that Young Kaiser went to when he noticed there is no frontline here available for East Kentwood Black. He's gone Black Cleaver, Warrior Enchant. He's doing so much damage to Migoi just by EQ ulting every single time he gets in range. You follow that up with Bruza's ult or KR's ult, you're just going to have way too much damage for this Lucian to deal with. And if Lucian isn't able to make a play and isn't able to keep himself alive from the Lulu ult or from Shigo dropping some damage on the backline, making a play opposite so Lucian can get some aggro drawn away from him, he's just going to die over and over again. As we see a hook onto Shigo having to get the Lulu ult going into stasis. Young Kaiser is going to drop low. Shigo's going to drop even lower. He's going to be taken out. Mr. Nefarious picking up the first kill of this team fight. And this is going all the way to Birmingham Legacy. Toonwolf, flash, Q, easy kill onto Mr. Nefarious. And he's just going to keep going forward. Brother looking to get the slow, getting the stun. Toonward hoping to get the chase down. Young Kaiser getting slow with a shield. EQ's away. That's going to be the end of the team fight. But huge pickups there from Toonward coming in on the back of that fight with not even having his TP, just walking up from the bot lane. And East Kentwood Black's going to be loving what that just offered them.
Yeah, and now they're going to get a free mid turret in. I don't know. This game, it seems like one team is stronger than the other, but it keeps coming up even. And they might have to concede the turret here, and he's just melting.
Yeah, he's just dropping. Toonward's got so much damage on his Q right now. Young Kaiser goes in, isn't able to do anything. Huge hook from Zafika onto small indie coming, taking out the Ezreal early. Toonward's way too low to do anything, and Mr. Nefarious coming up huge with the Hurricane Crescendum damage. That was insane. Able to pick up a nice, easy couple kills on himself. Double kill also going over the way of Lucian on the back end of that fight, taking out KR and Young Kaiser. So this is the story of two marksmen, Aphelios and Lucian. We'll have to see how their teams play around these champions. Right now, East Kentwood Blacks got a great 1-3-1 setup. Lucian able to pressure in the side lanes. Toonworld on his sauce is able to easily pressure the side lane. But they keep taking these 5v5 team fights and not drawing them anywhere. Zafika with another hook, taking out Shigo before he's able to do anything. Mr. Ferry is taking the lantern out. He's going to be safe, and that's just another kill going over the way of Birmingham Legacy. And Zafika has been coming up amazing with every hook, each one landing, and each one paying huge dividend for that team.
Yeah, I think Zafika is definitely the silent carry for Birmingham Legacy. I've been reviewing and commentating some of their games. Their support plays, I know that they do have two support, but their support play is definitely top notch. A lot of their plays revolve around the support getting picked. And now they pick up the third dragon, so they're going to be at Soul Point. And if they get this next dragon, I don't see a world where EK can come back from this. It's going to be very hard for a tanky Ornn and a really great team fighting team comp to get bursted through. The Lucian is just not going to have the damage to cut down what he needs to do. Yes, He does have a ton of damage, but it's not going to be.
Yeah, and we see only the single heal reduction item built up on the side of EK Black. Right now, Ezreal or Lucian has to pivot their build and pick up some grievous wounds. As we see Migoi going in, Sloth comes down from Bruza, not going to be able to do much else there, and Migoi's starting to fall off. We see all this damage this team has to offer. Young Kaiser going in ult down, tons of damage onto Migoi. Flashes after him, but Lulu gonna able to get that ult off, keeping Migoi alive. Zefigio able to get a hook on the backside as Toonworld had TP'd in to try to save the Lucian. Ult coming down from Mr. Nefarious. Shigo goes in with his own Jarvan ulti. He's going to drop Mr. Nefarious. He's going to make it out alive. And that's just another trade of kills going the way of these two teams. One player drops, another player drops. One player drops, they get another return kill. But that is 2 dead on the side of Birmingham Legacy to the only one that they tried to pick up on East Kentwood Black. Migoi able to obviously get out of that fight. And it's just, you know, every time we see these teams fight, no team's really getting a huge advantage. EK Black's trying to push this that team fight win into the Dragon, but it's just the Gnosis on the Baron right now as Migo is trying to run interference on the backside and just getting poked out. Shigo not able to get in here, and KR a full health Ornn with a Ocean Drake to back him up, able to just single-handedly push these 5 players off of the Baron.
Yeah. So something I do want to mention that East Kentwood Black's bot lane, their AD carry Ezreal, hasn't been able to participate much in fights. We've seen he's getting the odd assists here and there, but he's been just trying to steadily catch up to his opponent. And Aphelios at this point, just picking up the Molten Edge Ornn upgrade, I don't think there's a point where you can easily catch up unless this game goes on for another 15 plus. So he's really just been, all right, I'm going to catch the side wave here. You guys can fight without me. He doesn't have that much damage with only a Manamune and a Iceborne Gauntlet in terms of damage. And the real AD carry is Migoi until Ezreal can pick up a Blade of the Rune King or another damage item. So they're really 4v5 at this point until that Ezreal scales up into the great scaling champion that he is.
Yeah, and at this point, with the armor on Bruzza with his Ninja Tabi and that auto attack reduction, on top of the Rod of Ages, we see the Forge Fire Cape, the Bramble Vest, Ninja Tabis on KR. All of EK Black's damage right now is physical outside of Shigo. Luckily, Shigo is strong, 5-3, sitting on a ton of AP from the Silas. So he is something KR is going to have to worry about. He is somebody Bruzza's going to have to worry about. But they can just build armor and negate so much of this damage. The only tank being that Nasus' Bramble Vest, he is starting to factor in a little bit more resistances, a little more health. But Mr. Nefarious finally hit level 13. That means he's putting his points into that armor shred that Aphelios is able to just get in his kit from his passive. That armor shred is going to tear apart this Gnosis if Aphelios is sitting on his Crescendum or any of these other guns, as we see Toon World going over and him and Young Kaiser just trading places on the backside of that Baron wall.
Yeah, so they're the Ornn items are coming out. It's like some people like to call them the ornaments. So it looks like that the gold lead is only like 500 gold, but actually, ideally, it's way more than that. I think when a full team has Ornn upgrades, it's somewhere in the ballpark of a 10,000 gold lead in just raw stats. Ornn by himself with those 2 Ornn upgrades, it's around a 3,000 gold in stats. So it's really strong, and now he's starting to give his upgrades and his power to other players on the team. And pretty soon we're going to see the death cap come out from Bruzza.
Yeah, and so at this point, if they want to, they can upgrade Bruzza's Luden's Echo, but like you said, he's going to want to hopefully get that death cap so he can get that upgraded. Looks like they're going to upgrade it anyway, or that might be the Obsidian Blade. Yep, so Obsidian Cleaver going to be going over the way of Young Kaiser, looking to still get that Rabadon's death cap finished on Bruzza so they can upgrade that instead of the Luden's Echo. But this team fight here is going to make or break it for EK Black. If they don't find some kind of flank, some kind of way to push Birmingham Legacy off of this Ocean Drake Soul, they aren't going to be able to kill them. Bruzza, Zefigio, and KR are going to be too much of a front line, and Young Kaiser has too much health. They will not be able to cut them down in the middle of the fight. Mr. Nefarious will be able to just run rampant with his front line taking up everything. though we do see them getting a good amount of poke down. Ezreal does still have a good amount of damage to offer. Lulu able to poke on the backside. We see KR's ult going down. She goes stolen ult going down. Young Kaiser on the backside with a huge 3-man ult, but it doesn't matter. They're able to just walk it out. Toon World going in, taking out the front line. Zafukio low, KR low, nice hook onto Toon World. Shigo going in, able to get the kill onto him, but Mr. Nefarious just absolutely tearing apart the backside. He goes into the back, takes out 3 pretty much solo on the back, healing up. He's going to be able to take them down, maybe not, nope. With the Grievous Wounds coming in, he's going to have no more healing left in the kit, but does a great job of finding the flank. Flash getting burned by Brother there. Good look on Shigo to be able to get that burnt on the backside. But Mr. Nefarious able to single-handedly find his way onto the back line, getting the huge kill onto Toon World, onto Migoy, onto Small Indie Company, really saving that fight that was 100% loss for them.
Yeah, and it was, again, even fight. But Braza getting a bit of chip damage on the tower. But yeah, overall, that was a even team fight for both.
Yeah, at the end of the day, that's a good stun on Shigo. Nice shutdown. Brother stayed a little bit too long, and we all know just Silas's chase down is going to be way too strong for a Twisted Fate to ever get away from if he doesn't have ult. Doesn't want to burn it there. Makes sense. But that will be another kill going the way of EK Black, making that a 5-for-1 on the extended play. Or
Yeah.
5 for 4.
Yeah. So, overall, a win for, I'd say, EK, but it looks like they instantly, both teams are like, all right, Dragon.
Oh, a huge hook there onto Migoy. He's going to be taken low, and he might just drop here. KR able to pick it up. Mr. Nefarious dropping a ton of damage, able to take out Shigo, and next to 2 huge carries.
Oh
What
my
an Infernum ult from the Aphelios. 200 years showing up strong in this game, and that will be a full ace for just the Thresh and a quadra kill going the way of Mr. Nefarious. What a fight. All started from that hook from the Zafukio, from the Fog of War, catching Migoy, looking for some vision. And this might just be the end of the game. Birmingham Legacy looking to push it in. Mr. Nefarious has his, white gun ready to go. He's going to have a ton of damage onto these turrets if he just wants to stand right on top of him. Braza ulting in for the extra damage. He's got the Lich Bane. This is going to be all she wrote. One team fight is all that matters for Birmingham Legacy as they pick up their first win in our grand finals, best of 5. What a game that was.
Oh, yeah. And like I said, the support for Birmingham Legacy is the secret carry.
Yeah, that was what a game coming out from both of those teams. EK Black had a lot of answers in the early game, had the champions they needed, had the power where they needed it, but couldn't figure out a way to transition it into that 1-3-1 that they love to play. Birmingham Legacy able to constantly get these picks over and over again, these 1 kills, 2 kills, when it looked like everything should have been going the way of EK Black. And like you said, we got the Molten Edge come down onto Aphelios, and that was all he needed. There was so much damage, so much healing coming out of this Aphelios. He was able to 1v4 every team fight as long as he was able to get those huge cooldowns burned onto the front line that he had in front of him. And fight again. EK Black getting those early kills, dropping KR's health low, dropping Young Kaiser's health low, but it didn't matter. As soon as Mr. Nefarious was able to get his guns into the backside, just absolutely shredded anybody who came within a gun's range of him. And that will be a very nice pickup for them in this series. So they're going to be feeling happy moving into the second game.
Oh, yeah. That was what a game 1. All right, let's see what they have for game 2. I'm interested to see what they change up here.
Yeah, so we're going to step aside here just for a short break as we get these teams ready and loaded in to Champion Select for Game 2. EK Black versus Birmingham Legacy. Birmingham Legacy picking up that first win. So we'll have to see how Game 2 shapes up. Stick around and we'll be right back.
How you doing? My name is First Class Adams.
Hey, what's up, Detroit? I'm Staff Sergeant Stevens. If you're within the age of 17 to 34, if you look for a job without any experience, we can teach you everything you need to know. Come be a part of the team.
And where you can locate us at is on goarmy.com/Michigan.
And our phone number is 586-774-0218 or 517-214-8542.
Go Army.
I chose Lawrence Tech for the architecture program and volleyball team. Architecture is a great fit for me because I love math and design. Now I combine them with technology to create beautiful structures. At Lawrence Tech, I didn't have to wait until my third year to start designing. Our hands-on education begins right from day one. And I'm really excited about LTU's Design Center in Detroit. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.
All right, everyone, welcome back for Game 2, EK Black versus Birmingham Legacy. Birmingham Legacy picking up that first win, taking this to 1-0 for them. Now, we are having a little bit of technical difficulties with the draft phase of this game. So while the teams are getting ready to load onto the Rift, we're going to go ahead and just walk you through how the pick and ban phase went, kind of talk about how these team comps are going to play out. So on the side of Birmingham Legacy, they banned Yumi, Soraka, Fiora. EK Black on the red side banned Aphelios, Vladimir, and Ornn, throwing some respect towards Mr. Nefarious with how well he piloted that Aphelios in the last game, and the classic Vladimir Ornn bans that we see consistently against Birmingham Legacy. Those are two of their most picked champions, and Birmingham Legacy banning out that Yumi and the Soraka for the side lane pressure that those two champions add, and the Fiora, which has been a very strong carry for Toon World, and Migoi being piloted in both the top and the mid lane. Now, as we moved through Champion Select, Birmingham Legacy picking up the Senna first rotation, and EK Black answering with a late game Kassadin pick and an early game Olaf pick. Birmingham Legacy then went ahead and grabbed Caitlyn Kane, and EK Black picked up the Vayne. So now, moving into the second ban phase, we see EK Black banning out Darius and Yasuo, and Birmingham Legacy went ahead and took out Lulu and Morgana, pinching that support pool even harder. Now, EK Black, having their pool pinched, end up grabbing the Sona as their first pick after the second ban phase, and Birmingham Legacy rounded out their picks with Echo and Aatrox. Echo, assumingly being piloted in the jungle, and Aatrox going in the top lane. To round out how EK Black finished out their pick and ban, they grabbed the Taric for a classic Sona Taric bot lane, throwing Vayne in the mid lane against Kane on the side of Birmingham Legacy. Very, very odd placement for some of these champions, as you would expect maybe Vayne to go to the top, Kassadin to go to the mid. Kane, generally speaking, as a jungler, not so much a mid laner, where Echo tends to fit a little bit easier into the mid lane. Joel, how do you kind of see these team comps playing out and what we saw out of this pick and ban phase?
I think it's very interesting. You can see, like, Kane, even if Kane's not in the jungle, the first place I'd see him go is top lane. But it's going to be very hard for the Kane to do anything with Vayne. As soon as he wants to go in, the Vayne's going to have Condemned saved up for him. So this Kane is definitely going to have to get some roams off, just like last game. So these are very weird team comps, but I think the bot lane is something we're going to have to pay attention to. Caitlyn, Senna versus Sona Taric, both with like very long range poke and sustain in lane. I think the that jungler's ganking bot is what's going to set up the match for either.
Yeah, I would have loved to have been able to react to how these champions got picked in the pick and ban phase in the order. It's super interesting seeing all of these flex picks being thrown around by both teams. I would love to see how well these teams are going to be able to manage these picks in each of these lanes, given that they aren't normally sent to the lane. I wonder if either team's going to try to pull any lane swap, try to get certain matchups that they were hoping to have, maybe Vayne into Aatrox or something like that. Kane and Kassadin both looking to not really do much in the early game, as Kane's looking to get his transformations and pull off roams. Kassadin just hoping to scale up into the late game. So we'll have to see how these champions play into each other. And obviously, Sona Taric being a very different way of playing the bot lane, and really forces the team to play just a little bit differently as they're trying to work a little different. So we're going to go ahead and step away for just a moment, hear a word from our sponsors as our players load into the Rift, and we will see you for the action of Game 2.
I'm on the Blue Devil football team, and that's a great place to be because other colleges wouldn't let me be both a football player and a nursing student. And just because I'm a dog on the field doesn't mean I can't take care of people. And man, do I love people. The small class sizes at LTU give me awesome access to my nursing professors. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.
How you doing? My name is First Class Adams.
Hey, what's up, Detroit? I'm Staff Sergeant Stevens. If you're within the age of 17 to 34, if you look for a job without any experience, we can teach you everything you need to know. Come be a part of the team.
And where you can locate us at is on goarmy.com/Michigan.
And our phone numbers is 586-774-0218 or 517-214-8542.
Go Army.
Back, loaded on the Rift for Game 2 of East Kentwood Black versus Birmingham Legacy. Birmingham Legacy taking up the blue side here, and East Kentwood Black is playing for us on the red side. Now, we did see some crazy champions being picked in the, pick and ban phase. So it's going to be interesting to see how these players and how these champions fan out at the beginning of the game. See if we can figure out where some of these lanes want to go. I did see Migoy start to pilot that Vayne towards the top lane, but it looks like we might be getting some level 1 action as the players get ready to possibly look for an invade. KR on the Aatrox going in early. Stun coming out from Yuki. Just some quick trades going back and forth. Brother going to be enjoying some early Kane souls. Not going to offer a ton, but any early damage he can pull off will just be that little bit extra as he looks for a transformation going down. Not too much action going anyway, and both teams are going to walk it out.
Yeah, so something I just noticed, look at the Senna's keystone. You see that's grass. Usually you see conventionally Senna supports or even AD carry take Glacial Augment. What are your thoughts on that?
It looks like Zafika's just going to try to maybe heal up and get a little bit tanky on the Senna. I think Glacial Augment tends to be just the right way to go. Though there has been, recently a couple of teams have looked towards getting a more tanky Senna that builds Frozen Mallet so that you still get those auto attack slows. As we see Mr. Nefarious and Zafiko trying to poke out the jungler here and take this blue buff. We'll see if they're able to steal it. No, Shigo's just going to use his smite and his Q to secure that buff. Just looking for a little bit of harass. So nothing huge there, but Zafiko did get a couple of those grass for the Undying procs earlier. So a bit of max health. And he's going to be a little bit tankier in this lane as he heals up from that. Obviously Senna's able to offer a ton of heal. Yuki with a good stun there, a nice route back. Both of these teams are just going to trade back and forth using their huge health pools that they have from the constant heals. Sona, Tarek both able to drop a ton of healing. Senna being able to drop a ton of healing. And that being said, Mr. Nefarious able to pick up just an easy kill onto Senna, onto Sona, just poking them out with the Senna and Caitlyn poke. That is very well done on their part. And Sleepy Bun maybe not quite knowing how much health pool he had to work with there.
Yeah, and that early invade really, I think, set the tone, because the Sono had already been poked pretty low, losing at least a quarter HP, and the sheer range and damage from the bot lane on Birmingham Legacy side was just awesome.
So we got see Brother flashing over the wall, Shigo following with his own flash. Brother still looking to possibly get a trade going down to maybe get a kill on Toon World. Not able to go in. I don't know what he was possibly looking for. I feel like he might have been able to walk that out with a Q dodge onto an Olaf act, but he seemed to think that he couldn't do so. Didn't pop the ignite, did burn the flash, and Shigo answering with his own flash. That's going to be a good answer there. Onto the Olaf, really propelling this early game jungler just a little bit farther, a little bit faster. And Cassidy able to just sit under his tower, pick up some of this wave that can be very difficult for him in the early game if he's being constantly harassed.
Yeah, I think it almost to me looked like he was trying to maybe go for a 1-for-1 trade or get additional souls, but getting a little bit greedy there.
Yeah, I can't say I agree with the plays that he made, kind of dancing around the Olaf as the Olaf was able to just pump axes into him, constantly refreshing those. But at the end of the day, that was one kill going into the wave, EK Black. Brother did pick up a number of souls in that exchange, getting constant Qs, hitting both the Olaf and the Cassidy at the same time. So we'll have to see at what point he gets his transformation. After 10 minutes into the game, Kane does get accelerated soul counts. As we see a repeat gank, Shigo going in, landing the slow on Brother right away. Brother going into the wall. Because he took damage, he gets popped out early, drops the ignite down, drops the W. Is going to take out Toon World here, going back over the wall. Young Kaiser lending some support, gets the slows, gets the damage. Shigo looks like he might be going down here, but Olaf, tons of damage in the early game. Throws the last axe, isn't able to do much. Yuki going to go here and pick up the extra kill with the ignite. Young Kaiser still working to get his way out of here. Sleepy Bun coming over with this Q on Sona, going to be able to pick up that, and that is two quick kills for EK Black, putting them 3-2. They did get the one kill onto Toon World, Brother being able to pick that up off of the initial gank, but that is just more pressure, more damage going the way of EK Black. And this Olaf now has a kill, 2 assists, tons of pressure in the jungle. He's going to be able to hopefully accelerate this early game into just constantly being able to harass Echo in the jungle.
Yeah, and the Brother's getting very, very greedy in the mid lane. The plays he's making, not only did he die twice himself, but it also baited his jungler into trying to save him, giving over a kill to the Sona. So
Yeah.
definitely want to see him playing a little bit safer.
It looked like there was that possibility just there for a second where Young Kaiser and Brother could have turned around on Shigo, but Brother continued to run away, even though Young Kaiser did drop Shigo to within a spell or a couple auto attacks worth of health. Olaf does have that sustain, that ability to heal up. Migo and KR just trading back and forth. It's going to be an all out of KR with Shigo right behind him. Migo going to Q all the way.
Minions?
Both champions dropping super low. Shigo here is going to be able to just keep this minion aggro. Migo able to walk it out. That was very close on both top laners, going within an auto attack of health, each. And they're able to walk it out, no deaths, but this is going to be some constant pressure in the top lane, as KR is going to look for whatever farm he can, and Migo is going to be able to just constantly harass him from range at that Vayne.
Yeah, so going back to Champion Select, we thought it was Vayne mid, but they actually cast it in. It's very interesting they choose these matchups, but
I think these are the right matchups, at least for Vayne, right? If Shigo keeps answering this lane like he has been, Brother on Kane is going to any lane Kane, just wants to constantly harass. Cassidy is a free lane for harass. Cassidy can't do much to answer him in the early game. He doesn't have a lot of upfront damage until he gets his ult stacking. He doesn't have a lot of mobility, so Brother's going to be able to constantly harass him with W's, take those Q in procs, proc it, conquer, and heal up. So it is a healthy lane for Kayn, but Kayn doesn't have a lot of kill pressure by himself, and with Shigo constantly answering this lane, Kassadin's able to survive this laning phase to the most part, as we see EK Black roaming up, getting that first Mountain Drake. To be expected when you have Olaf already, so well farmed up with a number of kills below his belt, kills and assists. So taking that early pressure that Olaf offers and moving that into the jungle pick, or into the neutral objective. And we do see another lane swap here, though. As we were saying that these might have been favorable matchups, Vayne into Aatrox is notably strong for the Vayne. They do trade back. Migoi thinking that he can answer Braza in this lane, and it does look like he is. But he drops the auto onto the turret, still able to get it. That was a misclick there by Migoi. Could have possibly meant Braza gets away, but Migoi able to pick up that second auto attack, after that mistake and able to get the kill. Mr. Nefarious constantly harassing down the Sona turret.
Yeah, I don't know if Kayn mid was pick. Birmingham Legacy, I'm not sure what they can do. They're getting set back really far. You can see the farm difference in the mid lane, and Bruz is just getting bullied, and also in a combination with their misplays, I don't think it's going to work out.
The good dodge there from Zafekiel, able to dodge out of that Sona Taric stun as we get a little camera issue. We'll have to see what happens. Olaf pops the Ragnarok, goes in on Zafekiel, unstoppable, not able to do much else, lands an X as a parting blow on his way out. And X going to be all she wrote. No big pickups there. Just looks like flash heal burned by the Sona. Answered as well with the flash from Shigo. Just a trade of summoners. And I think, honestly, Birmingham Legacy coming out there for the better. 2 summoners burnt on the side of EK Black. The Ignite from Taric and the flash from the Olaf. Just for the flash and heal out of Zafekiel. So, just concentrating back and forth.
Yeah. Wow, that's a lot of damage from the Aatrox. Stacking armor. You can see that Aatrox is stacking armor now when he was thought to be in the lane with Vayne, but lane swap is effectively making those items useless.
Yeah, we see KR having to pop ult here, thinking he might be able to go in on Toon World. He is getting ganked here by Migoi, but Young Kaiser there to answer. Does land a nice knockup onto the Vayne. Migoi trying to answer back with some damage. Going to Q out of the way. Ult back from Young Kaiser, going to get a lot of damage out of it. Very good condemn by Migoi. Able to pop Young Kaiser right up against that wall. So Young Kaiser couldn't pock his own passive. And great job by Migoi dodging out on a lot of these sweet spots from Aatrox. A lot of the bonus damage from Young Kaiser. We do see the gank coming down. Brother going in. KR going in. Migoi going to drop here. Brother keeps going forward onto Toon World. Toon World's able to just ult out of the way. Shigo's going to take the brunt of that ult from Brother. Brother's going to try to walk this out. See if he can make it over the wall. Q comes up over the wall. Nothing Shigo can answer. His flash is down. Brother does get slowed, but able to take the blast cone right over into the Herald pit, and he's going to walk it out. Just a nice pickup from Birmingham Legacy. Able to 3-man the top side here. Pick up the kill on Migoi, who had roamed up earlier to try to get the kill on the Aatrox. And, just all-around good team play from Birmingham Legacy. Much of the same that we've seen out of them throughout the course of this tournament.
Yeah, and they're trading. Both these teams in the first and second game, they're playing pretty even, and we can see that the bot lane from the Sona Taric versus the Caitlyn Senna, the Caitlyn Senna range and just sheer poke, it's overwhelming for the Taric and Sona to keep up with. So they're losing out on farm, and Mr. Nefarious has double Sona's farm, so he already has picked up an Executioner's Calling, so they effectively have made this bot lane useless until they can possibly get some late game team fighting or picks off.
Yeah, the fact that he's already up 50 farm, it's 11 minutes into this game, right? Yeah, Birmingham Legacy up 1k gold and down into kills, and that is almost exclusively off to this bot lane and the pressure that they've been adding. Yuki going to have to drop the Taric out to survive this. Ult coming out from Mr. Nefarious. Not able to get that kill onto Yuki, dropping him to just about 100 health. As we see Young Kaiser going straight from the bot lane right into the mid lane, trying to answer Migoi. Migoi drops the Bilgewater Cutlass, ult, Q's forward, Huge sweet spot from KR. It will drop Migoi down to just a couple hundred health left, but that's going to be it for the fight there in the mid lane as Brother comes back to his lane, try to pick up some of these souls. It is past 10 minutes. Brother going to be able to pick up at least twice as many souls as he was able to get before. And just advantages being built up across the map for Birmingham Legacy as they're able to take this bot lane pressure and transition it up to the mid lane. We do see the spike steal coming out from Shigoi, able to take that. Migoi being jumped on by Bruzza's Kane, taken to about half health, but nothing more there. No more chase from Bruzza as he didn't want to commit the ult there. Shigoi looking up to answer Brother. Brother just going to be able to queue over this wall. Shigoi not going to be able to get much of anything. Slow comes out. Young Kaiser goes over the wall. EQ Unstoppable has to be procced by Shigo. Shigo's going to walk this one out, but that is a key ultimate down in this fight around the Dragon. If Birmingham Legacy decide to start this up, Shigo isn't going to be able to just pop that Ragnarok and run in for a possible smite steal. And we see the team still dancing around. Neither team wants to really give up this objective, but neither really wants to commit either. Rather wanting the other team to start it up so that they can be the one to answer it and put themselves in an advantageous position. But we do see teams kind of slow it down, move out. Migoi still sitting in the bot lane. Jump in here by Bruzza. KR onto Toon World. Going to be the lash in. Brother commits the ult there with the ignite down. This looks like it's going to be a dead Cassidon. Brother picking up the kill. That should be a number of souls going his way. We'll have to see if he did hit that transformation. He should be there. He looks like he's taking his back. He's going to either buy items or he's going to get that transformation. Cancel the back. See the Rift Herald drop there by Shigo into the mid lane. And EK Black just going to pick up a couple of plates here as they put all 4 people basically onto the mid lane turret. We'll have to see if they're able to take it, but with a roam up from Birmingham Legacy, able to clear out the Rift Herald, able to clear out the minion wave. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to answer this. The next just a 4-man stack onto the mid lane without much gain of anything other than a couple of plates. Luckily, they did get the Rift Herald down before plates expired, so they did get that large catch stack that was offered them. So at least they did get some things here.
Yeah. So, as you were saying that, I'm like, there's 5 players around this turret. There's a Herald charging in. Plates are still up. There's no way they kill that tower. It pretty much takes like no damage once that happened, but just extended plays around the map, and Birmingham Legacy starting to, like you said, a 1k gold lead starting to extend, and Mr. Nefarious 10 farm a minute, and he just backed and got his Storm Razor. He's going to be doing a lot, and I mean a lot of damage.
They've not done a good job this game of keeping Mr. Nefarious down. He has absolutely had every opportunity offered to him in this game. Like you said, 10 farm a minute at 15 minutes into the game, basically. Right? He did just back, so he hasn't been farming for the last couple minutes, or, last minute or so as he walked back the lane. But he's sitting on so much gold that the fact that he optimized early into that execution and calling is actually negligible. The amount of gold that he has been able to acquire means that he is still on track for a standard Caitlyn power spike at the exact same time, 15-minute Storm Razor ahead of the curve, and to add to that, he's got an execution and calling to cut down on the healing and boots, right? Like, so he is so far ahead of where a Caitlyn would like to be sitting right now that he's going to be able to dish out a ton of damage if they're able to take these fights. Brother going in, popped by Shigo. He's going to try to go in on Migoi, commits the ult here. Migoi walking it back out. We'll have to see if Brother's able to survive. He is in the transformation phase, so he gets a lot of healing. Isn't going to be enough as Migoi does pick up that kill. Young Kaiser looks for the answering ult, comes across from Zafikio. Dropping them super low. Young Kaiser with the ult back is going to be able to take out Shigo. With all of the Lune's Echo procs and damage being done, Young Kaiser does take a chunk out of Migo's health as Zafikio does roam down there to offer him any extra support. Mr. Nefarious is able to drop so much damage on the Yuki just as he's trying to take a greedy path through. Yuki does heal. Mr. Nefarious jumps over the wall, able to dodge out of the Sona ult. Or the Sona ult, going to drop CP bumps as well. Mr. Nefarious doing so much damage on the backside of this fight. And him and Young Kaiser working together to deal a ton of damage. They pick up the tower. They're going to try to chase down Migoi here. Migoi is healing up a decent amount from his Blade of the Ruin King. Mr. Nefarious EQs in, doesn't matter, too much damage. With a Q and an auto and a headshot, he's going to take Migoi from half health to nothing. That's going to be another kill picked up 3-0 on this Caitlyn. He's got a 550 gold bounty, 300 gold bounty on Young Kaiser, and these two champions are just absolutely running circles around EK Black. So much being done here by the jungle, by the bot lane. Deficio lending his support when he can. 0-0-5. Great scoreline on the Senna. And right now, Birmingham Legacy have solidified themselves as the kings of the mid game in this series. We do see Shigo trying to answer with something on KR. Gets a good pullback. Huge knockups. Huge healing coming out. But it's not going to be enough for him as it is a 2v1. Toon World goes in. Shigo picking up another kill there on his Olaf. Wow, a lot to unpack there.
Oh, yeah. So that top lane play, I think it was actually beneficial for Birmingham Legacy. They got the flash both out of Cassinan and the Olaf. Not to mention, I think Olaf burned his ult there. It's showing it's up, but I think might be a bug. But yeah, Birmingham Legacy trailing ahead here, now at a 3k gold lead. Plays all across the map, and something I want to point out is Braza opted into going into Red Kane. I expected him to go Blue Kane with the squishy team that EK has, but the Red Kane I think definitely does have its utility, as Birmingham Legacy really doesn't have a frontline tank or much hard CC.
Yeah, and it looks like a lot of what they're going to want to do, especially at this point of the game, Mr. Nefarious is so strong in this Caitlyn that outside of Shigo, Ragnarok, Toon World with his ult into them, being the only thing that's really going to take out Mr. Nefarious. As I say that, Migoi Yuki getting a really good pick down onto Deficio as he was caught out in the mid lane. We see a TP coming in from KR, not able to do much as he's just taken out immediately. Young Kaiser EQ's in, trying to drop some kind of damage, but there's so many people here by what the heck is that damage? Wow. Big trap coming down. Young Kaiser eating in as well. These two champions have so much front-loaded damage that they are just popping people from full health. We see Brother going in. He's going to be able to pop the ult, drop turret aggro. Shigo going to be able to stasis to avoid a lot of that damage, a lot of the healing. Toon World goes in, but it doesn't matter. Mr. Nefarious has so much damage. Toon World just instantly popped from coming in on his TP onto a trap, immediately takes half of his health. Mr. Nefarious either way, another headshot, another quarter of his health. Hits him with a Q, hits him with an auto attack. That's all she wrote. Toon World's down. Mr. Nefarious is 6-0, 700 gold bounty. Easily over a 700 gold bounty at this point. Just max you can get on a single bounty at a time is 700. So just Birmingham Legacy is going to be able to do whatever they want here. And unless Mr. Nefarious is AFK sitting in the base, I don't think EK Black can take a fight.
Oh yeah, and that play was... Mr. Nefarious was diving the turret. You saw there. He got very, very aggressive, and it paid off, picking up one kill. And then the Cassinan TP onto a trap, he pretty much gets one shot. And there was nothing really that EK Black could do there. So, Birmingham Legacy pulling ahead, extremely fed AD carry. Stormrazor and Infinity Edge picked up. As we saw, he killed Caitlyn with a trap from half HP. And he just picked up Infinity Edge. He's going to be doing tons of damage. And with no tank on EK Black's side, besides maybe the little bit of a bruiser / tank, Tarek and Bot, he's going to shred their front line. And I'm not sure what they can do. But going back to the Dragons, it is a Cloud Soul, which is beneficial to EK Black, as they're not going to really lose too much if they do lose out on Soul Point if it does go that late.
Yeah, a lot of the ults here from the side of Birmingham Legacy, outside of the Aatrox ult, possibly the Echo ult, don't really benefit a ton from that bonus speed that you get whenever you pop the ulti. On the flip side, if there is a world in which EK Black are able to pick up that Cloud Soul, a number of plays going their way, a number of misplays coming out of Birmingham Legacy, a Cloud Soul would mean the world to them. Toon World going to be able to constantly proc that ult. Shigo just popping his Ragnarok, running into the face of everybody, wants that movement speed. Vayne wants that movement speed. So if they're able to get that Cloud Soul, they're going to be able to be in a really good, strong position. But I don't see, outside of a number of misplays coming the way of Mr. Nefarious and Young Kaiser, that EK Black's going to ever be able to answer any of the dragons that are spawning. As we do see the Cloud Drake going to be spawning here in just about 15 seconds. So we'll see what the teams do to try to get around that play. Kara just going to try to walk it out. She's going to get the slow, but with the whole side of Birmingham Legacy able to be in that jungle, EK Black can't do anything. They cannot chase down the Aatrox. They can't answer the mid lane. So we'll have to see how they take this, this game into their own hands.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a very hard game for EK Black to come back in. They do actually have incredibly hard scaling. That is one thing they do have going for them. Kassadin, Vayne, Eric Sona scale very, very well into the late game.
Yeah, so all they need to do is get there. And at this point, Birmingham Legacy is putting every stop in to try to make sure they can't get it. Brother going to be able to get a knockup on Migo. Migo able to condemn him up against the wall. Kara ult in, doesn't matter. Ragnarok propped by the Olaf. He's going to try to get a ton of damage down, but not able to do anything. Brother's caught in the middle. Going to have to flash over the wall if he wants to get away. Young Kaiser fighting with Toon World on the backside of this fight. Shigo's looking to go back in. Still not to Mr. Nefarious, but it doesn't matter. Auto attack into the Olaf means that kill. Migo into the backside, able to pick up the kill on Young Kaiser. Going to condemn the KR into the wall and going to almost take him out, but not quite. Ult coming down from the Caitlyn. Yuki really just sacrificing himself there, trying to keep Toon World alive, and the Kassadin is able to walk it out. But that is a 4-for-1 for the side of Birmingham Legacy. They took a really good fight there. EK Black wanted a lot of that fight. They were able to force a lot of early cooldowns. They were able to kite out a lot of the initial brunt of damage, able to get a couple of number of stuns down onto Mr. Ferris, where they possibly, if they were even, it would have been able to take him out, but it didn't matter. They are so far behind that the second that Mr. Nefarious came out of the stun, auto attack drops the Olaf, auto attack drops the Terran, auto attack drops the Sun. And he's just able to do everything he wants in these fights without any repercussions coming his way.
Oh yeah. And like you said earlier in the game, Senna going that frozen mallet instead of the
Glacial Augment.
Yeah. It's been a minute since I've seen Senna play, but action in the top lane.
Yeah, Brother's going to have to pop his ult here to try to stay alive with Kara with channeling his ult. Brother going to be able to get the huge heal coming out from his ulti, as well as the Senna ult on top of it. Ragnarok propped again by Shigo without any benefit. They're looking to go forward. Stun onto KR. That's going to be him dropping. There's a 5-man stack. They're going to be able to take out Brother again. Young Kaiser has to EQ away as Mr. Nefarious is trying to drop some damage. Huge headshot onto Migoy. Drops him from 75% down to 10. Toon World gets the Taric ult. Going in on a trap. It's going to take a ton of damage on the backside. KR going in, or Young Kaiser, going in. Able to drop the Kassadin. Mr. Nefarious ult. Not going to be able to drop Migoy. As Migoy is super low, he's going to try to get a sneaky back here. See if Birmingham Legacy knows to look in the bush. Does look like they're moving over there to take a pop at him. Nope. He's able to sneak it out, possibly. Nope. Oh, he was afraid that his thing was going to get stopped and not able to get the back off. Mr. Nefarious auto attacks going to drop Migoy. Another kill going the way of Birmingham Legacy. And they are now 7K up in this game. Just everything going their way. Young Kaiser's Ezekiel, Mr. Nefarious going to take the Baron off of the back of this play. And it's going to be most likely the last neutral objective of the game we see go the way of Birmingham Legacy, as they're probably going to want to close this game out off of this buff.
Oh yeah. They got a good pick off early, but then when Mr. Nefarious entered the team fight, you saw one auto from him brought down Migoy so low. He's like an artillery. You walk up to him and you're going to lose chunks of your reach. They, like we said last game, they usually win through split pushing, and that's something they should have utilized this game. They're not at this point, or even earlier, going to win out in a team fight. So why attempt a team fight when you know you're not going to win it? You're this far behind, so you're going to have to look for alternate ways to win than just straight up 5v5 fights.
Yeah, and they've done a good job of getting some initial picks, right? We've seen there was that mid lane fight where they got the quick pick off on Zafekiel. They could have walked it out afterwards, but they decided to commit to the fight. They lost almost everybody. That fight in the top lane, big picks onto KR and onto Bruzza, able to take them out very early into the fight, but continued to chase down into the river where Mr. Nefarious and Young Kaiser were able to turn it around, and they ended up going even in that fight where they were already 2 kills up. We've seen time and time again that EK Black is able to get some pressure down onto Birmingham Legacy, getting picks off on the solo lane that aren't doing as well this game for Birmingham. But as soon as they try to chase into this jungle AD support trio that is walking around the map as a freaking goon squad, they're not able to do anything.
And this is I don't see a way where EK Black comes back from this. Third Dragon going to go over to Birmingham Legacy, not much way of contesting. Baron buff still up for a little bit. I think they might have to just look for game 3, and that's going to be a do or die moment. But there still is a miracle team fight that can occur. Kassadin, 2 items. Kassadin, when he gets 2 items, starts to do a lot. And I mean a lot of damage. So it's always a possibility of a comeback.
At this point, they need to pray for a miracle flank from Toon World, from Shigo, but it doesn't look like Birmingham Legacy is going to offer that to them. Mr. Fairy's taking turret aggro, going to get stunned by Yuki straight on the turret, and that's going to be him dropping immediately. Migo able to jump forward and get that kill, but Birmingham Legacy is going to try to continue this fight without their AD carry. Toon World's dropping, everybody's going low. Yuki's going to get jumped down here. There's no Taric ult to save him, and next the solo laners who weren't performing early in the game going to be picking up a triple kill for brother Zafekio, just trying to fight the Olaf as a support Senna. Shigo missing that Q, not going to be able to get the slow, turning around, trying to get some damage. Zafekio is going to just try to walk this one out, dropping a good amount of damage, surprisingly, from the support Senna. And he's able to just stop Shigo from getting back into the base. His brother and KR and Young Kaiser are just destroying the base of EK Black. Going to take out an inhibitor here, a ton of damage down on the turret. Zafekio is still on the chase from Shigo. Shigo has not been able to get away, and all of the CC and slowing from Zafekio. Most likely Shigo is going to drop here from the Senna as we see that fight break apart. Young Kaiser going deep into the base, ult burn, stun onto Migo. He's going to be able to stop that as he has to flash over the wall. Brother's going to get a knockup, try to get a little bit of slow, ease over the wall. He gets away. Zafekio is there for the heals. And next, just a pickup on Sleepy Bun, who at this point, 1-6 on the Sona. He's not able to do anything. 1-4 on the Terry. His bot lane's had nothing to offer this game. Toon World's able to drop some damage, but as soon as he tries to ult in, he just gets absolutely exploded. And EK Black was what looked like an early pick on Mr. Nefarious in that early fight in the bot lane. That's everything they could hope for, right? Mr. Nefarious drops immediately. Sadly, Migo having to, kind of kamikaze his way in there just to get that kill. And Broza and KR able to just jump into the backline as the huge bruisers they are and just dismantled EK Black from the backside.
Yeah, and they've opened the base. Superminions are going to be pushing into the base. Next dragon is going to be up soon. That's going to be Soul. It is a Cloud Soul, but it still does give you a bit of a fighting edge. So Birmingham Legacy just going to look to close out the game here, and looks like they're all going to focus on a top lane and going to do a 1-0-4 push, which is very smart with the bot lane inhibitor tower being down. So yeah, I say there's going to be one more team fight, and that's going to probably be it for EK Black, but who knows? Miracles can still happen. There has been games where Open Nexus comebacks have happened.
Of course, Mr. Nefarious did get popped early. Migo going in. Flash ult, tries to get the condemn onto Mr. Nefarious. He's going to eat away. That's going to drop the vein immediately. He does go down from the added pressure of Toon World and Shigo, but it doesn't matter with the rest of the team able to back him up there. Even though Mr. Nefarious does drop, Shigo and Toon World drop as well. That's both the solo laners and the jungler down, with just the Sona Taric left to try to defend the base from Young Kaiser and Zafekio. Brothers able to be in there, just constantly harassing them, keeping them low. But that's going to be all she wrote for EK Black in this game. Young Kaiser, Broza, Zafekio taking out the second Nexus turret, going to be dumping their DPS into this Nexus, or into the Nexus itself. And that's going to be Game 2, going the way of Birmingham Legacy, going up 2-0 in this game, as we are looking to move to Game 3. Do or die for EK Black. They haven't been able to answer anything in the late game. Mr. Nefarious has been just way too much for them to deal with. So we'll have to see how they answer them. After these games played out here. We'll see if they have some bans they want to throw his way, or if they want to maybe lend some extra support into their bot lane. But with that game concluded, we are going to step away as we get ready to move into Champion Select, and the players are, preparing for their third game of the series again. Birmingham Legacy up 2-0 in this matchup. Stay with us, and we'll be right back.
I admit it, I love working with money, negotiating, and making big decisions. That's why I'm majoring in finance and economics at Lawrence Tech. What's truly amazing about the education here is the small class sizes that give me easy access to my professors who truly care about my future. They even helped me get a great internship. And I was able to fulfill my lifelong dream of playing college golf. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.
How you doing? My name is First Class Adams.
Hey, what's up, Detroit? I'm Staff Sergeant Stevens. If you're within the age of 17 to 34, if you look for a job without any experience, we can teach you everything you need to know. Come be a part of the team.
And where you can locate us at is on goarmy.com/Michigan.
And our phone numbers is 586-774-0218 or 517-214-8542.
Go Army. How you doing? My name is First Class Adams.
Hey, what's up, Detroit? I'm Staff Sergeant Stevens. If you're within the age of 17 to 34, if you look for a job without any experience, we can teach you everything you need to know. Come be a part of the team.
And where you can locate us at is on goarmy.com/Michigan.
And our phone number is 586-774-0218 or 517-214-8542.
Go Army.
I chose Lawrence Tech for the architecture program and volleyball team. Architecture is a great fit for me because I love math and design. Now I combine them with technology to create beautiful structures. At Lawrence Tech, I didn't have to wait until my third year to start designing. Our hands-on education begins right from day one. And I'm really excited about LTU's Design Center in Detroit. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. "30 seconds until minions spawn. Minions have spawned. destroyed.
I'm on the Blue Devil football team, and that's a great place to be because other colleges wouldn't let me be both a football player and a nursing student. And just because I'm a dog on the field doesn't mean I can't take care of people. And man, do I love people. The small class sizes at LTU give me awesome access to my nursing professors. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.
How you doing? My name is First Class Adams.
Hey, what's up, Detroit? I'm Staff Sergeant Stevens. If you're within the age of 17 to 34, if you look for a job without any experience, we can teach you everything you need to know. Come be a part of the team.
And where you can locate us at is on goarmy.com/Michigan.
And our phone numbers is 586-774-0218 or 517-214-8542.
Go Army.
I admit it, I love working with money, negotiating, and making big decisions. That's why I'm majoring in finance and economics at Lawrence Tech. What's truly amazing about the education here is the small class sizes that give me easy access to my professors who truly care about my future. They even helped me get a great internship. And I was able to fulfill my lifelong dream of playing college golf. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.
How you doing? My name is First Class Adams.
Hey, what's up, Detroit? I'm Staff Sergeant Stevens. If you're within the age of 17 to 34, if you look for a job without any experience, we can teach you everything you need to know. Come be a part of the team.
And where you can locate us at is on goarmy.com/Michigan.
And our phone number is 586-774-0218 or 517-214-8542.
Go Army.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. "30 seconds until minions spawn. Minions have spawned. separates good hunters from good. disconnected. A summoner has reconnected. Turret plating will soon fall.